It's a World War One grappling hook. Amazing. Can we get one of these for the van? Like, for real. The seat would be extremely comfortable. It's giant.
Open that basket.
It's a World War II. But it's not a bicycle because it has 3 wheels. They're liars. It's a combat meal. Wow. Headbutted each other?
Yes, they have spikes in their helmets.
For a second, I didn't look at his legs and I thought he was in a wheelchair. Got a bayonet on the front of it. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That'll do some damage. You need some toilet paper?
We need that for everyone around the road. These flags back here are just reading out. For one, it's got blood on it. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
But then also, I was reading about it, and it turns out these flags used to be hung in windows of families who had family members serving in the wars, and the red stars are for those who died in action.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you apparently
We learned something new today.
Yeah, no, we use as many stars as whoever was serving in there. I don't like this fake horse.
It's huge.
The horse wearing a gas mask?
It is. The horse is wearing a gas mask.
Oh my goodness, it's a horse gas mask.
Western Union. Ah. Senior Lieutenant Richard Best prepares to launch his Douglas SBD Dauntless from the deck of the carrier, the USS Enterprise. This is lovely.
World War II saw the first widespread use of antibiotics to prevent and fight infections and in the sick and wounded. According to the nurse in Pacific Theater, the introduction of antibiotics was like magic because boys for sure would die, wouldn't. They got better. However, antibiotics weren't the only effective means of fighting infection and wounds used in World War. Fred Hope Sr., when badly wounded in the hand, had maggots deliberately introduced into the wound by medical personnel in Italy. And though it must be admitted that the maggots in question did in fact do an excellent job, you must use only the right kind of maggots. Do not try this at home. Finally, with the rise of antibiotic resistant strains of bacteria, maggot therapy is seeing a renaissance in our own times.
Well,
Warheads.
not the candy. It actually becomes very small. Carrier pigeons. Right there, man. Right there.
Would put on buildings and houses wherever they landed, proclaiming that they were there to stay. It says, but Kilroy, the inspiration is in the early 1940s. A young dock worker in Boston named James Kilroy, in an attempt to display his work efficiency, began marking cargo boxes with chalk and big visible letters saying Kilroy was here.
What does Kilroy mean?
Picked up on the idea and added to the drawing graffiti.
Back in the day, man.
Let's see which ones are still relevant. All American, still relevant.
Camels.
I know it's smokes. I don't know that many. 20 grand. That's still
Cool, I think is still relevant. This is a surreal room.
Yes. And really,
Every name of a soldier who was lost their lives during World War II is in this room, and there's a lot.
it's a very tiny print.
Yeah, you can't read anything from this video. See, this will give you a better idea how small the print is. I'm pretty close right now. 1870s.
Yes.
Cavalry uniform. Hello in the glass. Those are some fancy gloves and boots. The beading is very cool. Very. It's like, how much for the hats? Please. I think they headbutted people, but maybe they did. I don't
I
know.
also when they had spikes on their head. What?
I don't
to
know.
keep their notes on?
Maybe. That is a really fancy uniform too, with all the red on it.
I love that.
I wish it had oh, hey, look, that was you. Did you see your face in the? Look, see, look.
Oh, jeez.
World War II prisoner of war uniform. World War II potato masher. As Glory pointed out, toed shoes are not a new thing.
It's estimated that over 12 million people were killed in Nazi concentration camps. They were gassed with various agents, given lethal injections, poisoned with insecticides, shot, hanged, beaten with clubs, feet, hands, buried alive, starved, drowned, frozen, and tortured to death in manners too hideous to describe. It is undoubtedly true that if the Nazis hadn't lost the war, this killing machine would have rolled on gruesomely for years. Korea. So you think, oh, Korean War. But no, he was not in the Korean War, he was just in Korea.
This is the Vietnam War wall. It's a little bit bigger than Korea, but it still doesn't compare to World War II.
This would have been similar to what my dad would have worn in 1969 in Korea, only not nearly this decorated.
Wow. Here. Very, very graphic.
Hello.
Hello.
Here at the Veterans Memorial Museum.
You might see a plane right behind us.
Yeah, see. I wish we had asked or looked and see what kind of plane that is so we could tell you, but
Yeah, that would have been good.
We are not very versed in that subject.
There it is.
So we just went through the
We just went through.
the museum. It's been a long time since we've been through.
I don't remember the last time I went through. We were probably under the age of 10.
Remember, it's just a great reminder of, I mean, so much history. And
it's literally...
I mean, they go back to 1800s. I mean, you get to see all these artifacts. I mean, uniforms throughout all of it. Let alone old artifacts we found, even toilet paper.
Yes, there were entire kits.
I mean,
and
everything, yeah.
It was...
I mean, great reminder of all we owe to those that fought for us.
Yeah.
Both of Teffy's parents are veterans. My father is a veteran.
Yes.
And, you know, there's so many veterans in Branson.
And you don't, until you go into one of these places, you don't quite, especially if you're not.
To forget.
Exactly. It's very easy for us to forget as people who have not been in any sort of military.
Subject to war.
It's kind of hard to realize what all they went through.
And this place does a great job memorializing. I cannot speak.
That's okay. It's really hot. It's probably past 90 degrees outside right now, and we are sweating a lot. Yeah, they do a very good
memorializing. I mean, all of our veterans, Air Force,
all
Army,
the different
Navy,
branches of the armed forces are
absolutely
very well represented. Women.
They had the names of all. I mean, just walls covered, and all the people killed in 2000 World War II. Just popped my head.
World War II, Korea, Desert Storm,
Vietnam War.
There's walls for all of them.
And anyone can come out here. It's on the main strip in Branson, Missouri, and come pay tribute.
Yeah, just find the plane. It's a nice, very nice building. Museum. The staff is very nice as well.
Oh yeah, they're sweethearts. All right, this is
Fantasy Life.
Oh, Fantasy Life Productions.
Fantasy Life Productions.
Thanking our troops.
Yes.
Thanking our veterans. And signing out.